I'd say between South Africa, the way I had my professional experiences involved, but also this one problem of not being able to talk to a lot of my friends or family about politics or certain policy and laws because things get extremely emotional. I realized that there's a huge problem. One, it's with misinformation, and two, it's of course to do with a lot of sensationalism around politics because of all of this incorrect information. COVID was a great example of that. I lost my job during that time frame. I had another startup, and throughout this time frame, I had a very crazy journey on the way back home. I got to meet a lot of different people throughout that journey, and these people actually showed to me that everyone had something different to say about COVID. I literally drove my car from California all the way back to Florida, so I got to cross a lot of states, and no one had the same exact thing to say about COVID. To me, that's the most frightening thing because no one really knows and everyone is really confused about something like that. And especially when it's such a big crisis, that I was just like, what the big cortex of all of this and how the media actually operates is through its cycles. So every 2 years, you see a huge cycle in political news that goes up. And in order to help counter this misinformation, this disinformation in the political space, and to really help hold politicians accountable, you have to really create an all encompassing system that really does account for cleaner news to begin with so people can make better decisions and talk and text and think about these politicians in a better light and understand what they're reading before making judgments that help our democratic processes. And right now we don't really have all of that because all of our communication, all of this political landscape is extremely broken. There's so many things that are wrong with it, and it reflects very hardcore to the American public. If you think about it, nothing in Congress is actually being done right now. Everything's landlocked. No one can really make a law moving forward or moving backwards. And no one can really seem to agree on a lot of these things. There's extensive bias that's permeated through the media, a lot of toxicity on social media as well when talking about these things, and no current way to hold a politician accountable. Etha really does everything that a news media house like Fox, CNN do, everything that a Twitter and a Facebook do, and anything that a fact checker does all under one roof. That is also going to be a benchmark for freedom of speech as well to help counter with a lot of these issues that we see over time.